Your camera features a variety of shooting modes ranging from fully automatic to completely manual. This gives you a lot of flexibility and creative control over your photos. You can adjust the exposure, shutter speed, and depth of field settings on your camera to help capture the pictures you want. As you become more familiar with these concepts and principles, you'll improve your ability to capture the best pictures possible. We'll explore those concepts in depth later on in the DVD. First, let's talk about your camera's different shooting modes. Knowing how each shooting mode changes the camera settings will help you understand how to capture great pictures in all kinds of shooting conditions. Select the shooting mode you want to use by rotating the mode dial. This section of the mode dial contains the basic shooting zones for your camera. The basic shooting modes are icons. The creative zones are represented with letters. When shooting in any of the basic zone modes, all you need to do is point and shoot. The camera sets everything automatically. This is how to configure your camera for basic shooting in full auto mode. Remove the lens cap and set the power switch to on. Select the full auto mode by rotating the mode dial and lining it up with the indicator to the left of the dial. Your lens has two focus modes, manual and autofocus. Make sure that the switch is in the AF or autofocus position. Then all you need to do is look through the viewfinder and aim any AF point over your subject. All of the AF points will be active and focus will usually be selected by the AF point covering the object that is closest to the camera. Aiming the center AF point over your subject will make focusing easier. Press the shutter halfway down and the lens will move to focus. The AF point which achieves focus will briefly flash in red. At the same time, the beeper will sound and the focus confirmation light in the viewfinder will appear. If needed, the built-in flash will pop up automatically. Press the shutter completely to take the picture. In the default setting, the captured picture will be displayed for about 2 seconds on the monitor. Taking pictures in full auto mode is a good way to get a general feel for using your camera. Practice reviewing your images on the LCD as you take pictures, and remember, with digital cameras, there's no film expense, so take as many pictures as you want and simply delete the images that don't turn out. To help conserve your battery, the camera will automatically hibernate after about 30 seconds if you haven't pressed any buttons. Just press the shutter or menu button to awaken it again. You can view the number of shots remaining on your SD card on the LCD monitor. The first mode setting is the flash off mode. Use this mode in places where flash photography is prohibited or inappropriate. This mode is good for candlelight scenes or if you want to create light streaks for creative effect. Let's look at the remaining basic shooting zones. This is the portrait mode. To shoot in this mode, rotate the mode dial to select it. Use this mode when you want the subject to be in focus and what is behind the subject to have a soft focus. In portrait mode, the aperture is set wide open. The aperture is controlled inside of the lens. An open aperture indicates that the lens will let all the light it can into the image sensor. With a wide aperture, you'll get a short depth of field. The next mode is the landscape mode. In this mode, the aperture will have a very narrow opening, creating a very long depth of field. The camera will then adjust the shutter speed to get the proper exposure. This mode will give you a sharp focus in both the foreground and the background. In this setting, the shutter speed can get pretty slow, so be sure to steady your camera or use a tripod to avoid camera shake. The next shooting mode is the close-up mode. This shooting mode is used to capture flowers and other small objects that are physically close to the camera's lens. Use this at the lens's minimum focusing distance. To capture fast-moving subjects, select the sports mode. When shooting in sports mode, the camera selects a fast shutter speed to help freeze the action. A telephoto lens is a good investment if you want to shoot great action pictures. A telephoto or long lens helps you get closer to the action and gives you a greater range of focal length options. The next mode, the night portrait mode, is designed to capture your subject and obtain a natural-looking exposure in the background. In order for the subject to be well lit, the flash will fire. And in order for the background to be in focus, the aperture is closed down a bit. The shutter will open for a relatively long period of time, so hold the camera very still or support it with a tripod. If you have difficulty getting a sharp focus in this mode, try using full auto mode to see which mode setting helps you get the best looking picture. An added feature to the T2i is the Creative Auto mode, indicated with a CA on the mode dial. Using this mode, you can easily change the picture's depth of field, brightness, color tone, and other settings. Experiment with this feature's various settings to see the effects they have on your images. When shooting under low light, when camera shake is prone to occur, the viewfinder's shutter speed display will blink. When you see the shutter speed blinking, be sure to hold the camera steady or use a tripod. Your camera can use either zoom lenses or fixed lenses, also called prime lenses. If your lens has a zoom ring, you can use the zoom ring to close in on a subject so it appears larger and fills more of the frame. The larger the focal length number on the zoom ring, the more the image will be magnified. Select longer focal lengths to zoom in and shorter focal lengths to zoom out. As you take pictures, practice reviewing them. Remember, you don't have to pay for film with digital cameras, so take as many pictures as you want and simply delete the images that don't turn out. To view the pictures captured on the SD card, press the playback button. Then use the cross keys to scroll through the pictures. To zoom in on a picture, press the magnify button to enlarge the image and the cross keys to view the desired part of the frame on the LCD monitor. Press the shutter halfway down to cancel this mode to continue taking pictures. To delete an image, press the playback button, select the picture you want to delete, then press the trash icon button. Select Erase with the cross keys, and then press the Set button. The image will then be deleted from the memory card. Once an image is erased, it cannot be recovered. Make sure you no longer need the image before erasing it.